pack a bag and follow the sun. Kick off your shoes and have some fun.
Hey there, thank you so much for joining me for this week's edition of Read, Watch, Listen. I am so excited to have Katrina Rasmussen, artist extraordinaire, joining me this morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited about your picks. I haven't heard of any of them, and if anybody's ever watched an episode of this, I know that nothing excites me more than discovering new pieces of literature.
Awesome.
And movies and music and all that. So thank you for bringing me stuff that I've never seen before. This is her art behind us, and I met Katrina because I bought one of her pieces. There's a local art bookstore that we both love a lot, and it's called Wild Detectives, and it's in Bishop Arts District in Dallas. And she had a piece that was of Wild Detectives, and I bought it, and I loved her work, and I loved her spirit, and here she is, and I'm so glad to have her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. So we're going to start with your book.
Okay, great. It is called Blood Aces, and it's the story of Benny Binion, who was kind of a gangster mobster in Dallas, and then when he got ran out of Dallas, he ended up in Vegas, and he created the World Series of Poker, and it's by Doug Swanson.
It's by Doug Swanson. Awesome. And you said that he was raised here. He was little when he was here, and then he kind of got into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he was always in trouble with the law. When he stopped being able to bribe his way out of trouble, that's when he decided it was a good idea to go west.
He went west, and it was in the 50s or so.
Yeah, Vegas was nothing at the time, so he was one of the people that was really behind the big move to casinos and all of the neon and everything. When he got out there, none of it was like that.
That's so cool. And I wondered when you recommended this, I wonder if Katrina plays poker. And the answer was...
Yes, I do.
You and your husband. I love that.
Yeah. I learned how to play when I was 8. My grandfather taught me. We used to gamble with pennies.
Right? That's where everybody starts.
Yes, yeah. And I just worked my way up from there.
Very cool. And you've even played a little bit locally, and you've actually won some.
Yeah, you know.
It's so cool. I used to play my backgammon when I was little, and none of the grown-ups ever expected me to win. That was always fun to...
I love backgammon.
Yeah, do you? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to know that nobody plays backgammon anymore.
I love it. We actually stayed up way too late playing it last night.
Oh my gosh. We will be playing backgammon. I will not be playing poker with you.
Yeah.
But I'll play backgammon with you.
Awesome.
So what's the name of the book again?
It's called Blood Aces.
Blood Aces.
And you can get it at Wild Detectives or online.
I love local authors. Thank you so much for bringing that up. And then your watch.
Okay, so Slings and Arrows is one of my favorite shows of all time. It got accolades at the Sundance Film Festival. It's actually a Canadian series. It ran for 3 seasons, and I guess it's about 10 years old now, but it's about a Shakespeare festival and all of the craziness that goes on behind the scenes and on the stage.
I love that. You said there's 3 seasons?
Yes. So each season is centered around a different play. The first one is Hamlet, I believe, and so it goes through all of the different ins and outs of marketing the festival, the financial turmoil, directors and artistic directors butting heads, and then of course you've got the divas and the actors and everything on stage
too.
What
a great idea. I've never seen anything like that. I've never been a part of the theater. I've definitely not ever been a part of a Shakespeare production, so the thought of seeing how all that works is fascinating.
Oh, it's so great. And one of the things that I love about it is it's kind of darkly comic, so there's almost like an air of kind of magic to it. There's a ghost. He's kind of a mean ghost. He haunts one of the directors and causes him to make terrible decisions. So it's just really, it's hilarious, and it's really well produced, and it's very witty and fun.
I love it. I love the name Slings and Arrows because anytime you get a bunch of creatives together, they tend to get flung.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know, if you've never been to Wild Detectives, they actually have a Shakespeare night, and it's so friggin' popular, they started selling tickets to limit the number of people. So sign up for their website and pay attention to that, and go see Shakespeare at Wild Detectives. And then for your listen, another thing I had not heard, even though I have heard of David Byrne, former lead singer of Talking Heads, I had not heard of this at all. So tell me about it.
Okay, so St. Vincent is the stage name of Annie Clark, and she was born in Oklahoma, but she grew up in Dallas. And she's pretty avant-garde. So she teamed up with David Byrne, and their sound is just really layered and interesting. I like things that are interesting to listen to. The whole album kind of takes you on a journey.
And the name of the album?
It's called Love This Giant.
Love This Giant. And you like the whole thing. I love it when people they can't pick a song from an album, they have to recommend the whole thing.
I think one of the most fascinating things about the album is that it's a true collaboration. Every song was co-written by David Byrne and St. Vincent, and then they each did one song of their own.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. And she's a local.
Yes.
I love that. And I cannot sign off without you telling me about this coffee cup that you brought.
Okay, so this is a gift. I am really addicted to coffee. I drink it all the time, and so my husband gave it to me for Christmas last year. And I love the way that it feels in my hands.
So yeah. It's kind of like he's here with us a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, for better or worse, right?
So if someone wanted to, do you do commissions?
I do.
And if someone wanted to find you, how would they find you, Katrina Rasmussen?
My website is KatrinaMRasmussenFineArt.com. And I'm also on Facebook, facebook.com/KM Rasmussen Fine Art.
And is your calendar of shows that you go to on there?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming and joining me today and for giving me those fantastic read, watch, and listens that I have not been subjected to before. I look forward to checking them out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I will see you next week.